do it as soon as the stream gets going, or well, we want to give
We
it a
are
moment.
live.
Awesome.
Actually. But yeah, you guys can get going here in like maybe a minute or so. I would say just
let
let people
people
flood
go
in.
Yeah,
ahead.
we need
I already
we need,
pinged
we need to
I
let
ping
people know.
people?
We want to give it a moment.
I already
Oh,
pinged
you
the
already pinged them.
people, so
Awesome.
But
The
yeah,
people.
you guys, there's double audio happening. We're good now. Okay, it should be good. I'm gonna dip out of here, have fun, and I'll be back around
Awesome.
the end. All right.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Hooray.
You good to go, Rice Boy?
I'm good to go.
I don't know who's here, but they can check the VODs.
Refresh. I just can't see the chat. Whatever.
That's
My
okay.
YouTube's
You know
bugging.
what? Who needs it? Who
I'm not
needs
gonna
it?
see any of what you guys are saying. Fuck. Whatever. We can start.
All right. Hi.
Hey.
Well, this is the AFG Grande Division Power Rankings. Very professionally done by
These are
myself and Rice
objective
Boy.
too. These are objective.
Yes, these are very objective and
Don't read
definitely
that.
not
Don't read
for
that.
fun and unserious.
This is serious.
Your team is not your fun. You are here to win. We are not rating these teams on vibes. We do have proper scoring methods.
And the top player on here, Neji, is personally paying them. So
Yes.
you hear it here first. Get excited.
If your team scores low, you will perform low. If your team scores
how it
high, you
always
will
goes.
perform high. So everyone knows.
Every season it goes like this too.
Yes. Anyone can still win. This is not true. This is not true. All
Only
right.
the top guys can
This
win.
is true.
Yep. That's serious. Alright, now
Yep.
you know.
Yep. All of it.
Now
All
you
right.
know.
All this on the screen. Do not
Yep.
believe the evidence of
We
your
wrote
eyes and
this
ears.
as a joke. We wrote this as a joke.
For legal reasons. All right, kick
Okay.
us off. At number 16, the Jersey Lockjaws. We got Taco.
Yep, this is a Sun team, and naturally, as a Sun team, that means I'm very scared of a Sun team because it's just very offensively threatening. And as we saw in week 1, it can get a big sweep if you're not ready, if you don't keep this in check. But the reason we have it at 16 is if you look at the type chart, it's very, very ice and ground weak in particular. Your only ground switch in is Drift Limb, which has 44 defense and 54 SPDF. 150 HP, but that's not really going to save you. It has good speed tiers for sure. If you look at the range of speed tiers. But one of the other problems is like this team will struggle defensively. This is a very hyper offense focused team because the only defensive pieces you have, like Deoxys and Metagross, they're both psychic type, so they're gonna be overlapping their weaknesses on a lot of things.
You're actually quite vulnerable to U-turn because of it. You know, you've got Crocodile and Moon, who are both dark types. Your Steel type is neutral.
Yep.
Like you've got a Deoxys defense. I'm not quite certain what he's doing here. I like your last round DNC Mega though. It's
That's a
brilliant
good
gambit.
pickup.
Brilliant
It's a good
gambit.
And we did see it go crazy.
Yeah, U-turn seems kind of dangerous into you. I'm not sure if it's like fully committing to Sun like it should be. Might be able to go further. I don't know this.
Yeah,
Drift
I feel
Limb
like
and
there's
Deoxys defense.
you could probably get some better choices instead of those for a Sun team.
Yeah.
And you have good hazard setting for sure. Your only removal though is Torkoal, I think, which
Yeah,
I
and
don't
Drift
know
Limb
how much
Defog,
you
I
trust-
think.
Oh, also that. Okay, that's okay, but I don't know. The removal's a bit sus for me, in my opinion. The little root. And also your pivoting game is it's okay.
Yeah, I was just gonna bring that up. He
teleports,
doesn't have too
U-turn.
like he's got some teleport, he's got some U-turners. Probably more than I initially gave it credit for, but I don't know, it just doesn't seem as committing to Sun as it could be. Terra Venusaur is good though.
Yeah, that's scary. again, like Sun in general, it's always scary. You
Yeah.
gotta playing against
And,
us. You gotta still be careful.
I mean, he won week 1, right? So
Yeah. So
clearly we don't know what we're talking
this
about.
team. Yeah, we know this team can work.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. Then number 15, we did the
Yeah.
Muddy Mudkippers Dragon Lobster.
Yeah.
What did we write down here? Beautiful speed tiers, actually.
Yeah, I like looking at those a lot. Very,
I mean,
very
like,
nice.
Valiant is probably our most threatening the top speed guys, but you know, we like seeing the extra options covered here. Pressure any would-be scarvers.
Yeah.
Uh
You have quite good hazard game. You have the classic. Oh yes, but
Yes.
hold on. First, the hazards
Yeah.
are very good. Samurott, Goldengo. You have Nido Queen as well. Like your spin blocking is great. Your defog blocking is great. You are going to be setting those quite well. But as Wally, I think, was about to point out.
Yeah, we got some very, very ice weak guys here.
Yeah.
Samurot's not the bulkiest dude around, and your Darmanitan is not the most defensive guy around, so your Golden Go is going to be holding down that ice weakness for its life. I mean, it is a Golden Go, but how much can it take just on its own?
I worry it might be a bit overworked having to spin block and also be defensive, and also sometimes it might want to be offensive as well. So it's going to be kind of tough for the Goldengo, I think.
Yeah, you got Terraswello, who's really strong.
Yeah.
But like, I guess Darmanitan without Terra can also function, but I think Shaman is a bit of a Terra merchant, and I'm not sure how.
I think Shaman's really missing that Terra.
Yeah, I don't know how justifiable it is to bring without the Terra.
Yeah. I guess Shaman does help with your ground weakness.
Yes.
Which is the one good thing about it not being Terra, is that it helps with that. Because your other ground switch-ins are Swellow and Thunderous, which aren't very bulky. So you don't really want to be switching them in randomly to get hit.
Yeah, like you're gonna eat like a Stone Edge, but also your Swellow's going to Terra, probably Terra normal as well, so it's gonna lose its ground immunity.
Yeah. Someone said AV Samurott is real. This is true. That is a guy that can show up.
That is a real guy.
I enjoy a AV Samurott for sure.
Yeah, I cannot deny this.
Yeah. But yeah,
like I'm in Marine, so objectively speaking, I'm worse than everyone in this board. So like, what's my opinion really worth, you know?
And me, I'm a draft help merchant. I always get people helping on my draft, so I don't really know how to make a good team myself. But this is just us looking at it and going off what our thoughts are.
All right, number 14, bitch. I'm an Excadrill.
Yep.
From Buffcat.
I actually, like, vibe-wise, I really like this team. It has a lot of my favorite guys on here. I got Posse Pulp, SC Starmie, Darm, Galarian, and Terra Stack Attack. Those are some beautiful.
Yeah, there's some dudes on this. Surprised to see Flow It without Terra, but also I can understand it not having Terra because it can still Flow It.
Hard. Yeah. Like this team, if you're not ready, it will hurt you a lot. You have great hazard game with Glamora and Gliscor. You have good removal. Although even though you have all these hazards, you don't really have a good spin blocker unless you Terra someone to Ghost. And I feel like Dragapult is kind of a fake spin blocker because if you switch it in and they click knock off, you just lose your Pult for fun.
Me when I sack Pult because I'm bored.
Yep. I think one of the problems we saw with this is that you don't really have any like flying resists. You have Stack Attacka, but I feel like Stack Attacka wants to Terra anyway, and you want to keep him healthy because I feel like if you have Terra Stack Attacka, you're playing for that Trick Room sweep, so you want to keep him healthy so we can get that Trick Room and start going crazy.
The other thing is like if you don't Terra Stack Attacka, it's got one of the worst defensive types just to ever exist.
Yeah. So you will be tearing that guy.
Okay, let's see here. Also, yeah, I think it's fair to point out this team. If you're not ready or you're not prepared for it, this team is going to hurt you.
Yeah. Oh, another thing that we wrote down. This is very ice weak team. You don't really have a good ice resist other than Stakataka, who, as we said, is probably gonna want to stay Terra'd and also kind of stay healthy. Because you don't have bulky water, you have offensive water in Starmie. And Gliscor is like one of your main defensive pieces, and people are gonna want to send ice moves into it, and you're not really gonna have a great answer. when
Yeah,
they start
and
doing
like more
that.
importantly, like someone could be in a position where they can just push an ice move, and you kind of ain't got shit to stop them unless like you really believe in that Darmanitan.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that guy got 55 defense, 55
Mhm.
SPDEF. I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna get the job done.
It's for the it's for the Zen mode, you know.
Get that Zen mode chip. I understand.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
understand.
There we go.
I see it.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's this team. I do like it though.
Yes.
Vibes wise, it's got a lot of sick guys on here. I'm interested to
Yeah,
see.
just kill him in 10 turns, you know, easy.
Yeah, and there's a lot of teams when we were looking through. There's a lot of teams in Evergrande that are just like, either I'm gonna kill you in 10 turns or you're gonna kill me in 10 turns. So this will be
Yeah.
definitely, and I think we already seen that with how many sweeps have happened. So
Yeah, there have been 3 6-0s.
it's gonna be an awesome season. Speaking of, oh no, this isn't the 6-0 team. Never mind.
Nope,
I thought I
nope.
saw Mega on here for a second. I'm like, oh yeah,
Nah, dude.
that guy's later. That guy's later.
All right, Alabama Ambipalms, Tucker.
I really like the logo.
That is a beautiful logo. Like, we should get that out there.
Yeah, gotta appreciate it. Yeah, so one of the first things we see is the 3 Terra captains.
Yeah, what's going on there?
They're a little weak. I mean, I'm not one to speak. You'll see my team soon. I'm not one to speak about strong Terra captains.
I do respect Terra Diplin though.
Terra Diplin, yes, that is actually like a sleeper pick.
Yeah,
one actually can
that's
go
a good
first.
guy.
Yes, that one's iconic. Top speed here is Zera Aura. I mean, this is just me and Waldy's opinion. It's like we are not really that scared of Zera Aura as a top speed. I feel like it usually doesn't hit very hard, and you can switch in ground types pretty
This
freely
thing like
on it.
barely hits harder than an Infernape.
Yeah, like, you gotta click bulk up on it for it to do any real damage. Although to make up for the damage, you do have insane heavy hitters. You have Mega Floette,
Oh
Kartana,
my goodness
even
gracious.
Landorus. Like, those guys are gonna hurt you if you get them in position. So those are definitely things to watch out for.
That Floet is at bare minimum going 1-for-1 with something.
Yeah, that's a trade monster.
Like
Most
oh,
definitely.
it's hitting Light of Ruin. If it had a Calm Mind up, GG's, bro.
Yeah, someone's dying when this Floette comes out, and I'm looking forward to see that happen a lot.
Little flying week here, but I mean like, with like, you know, it says flying week, but one of them's a Spidops who's never
Yeah.
coming.
Actually, that's a good point. All the flying weaknesses are kind of the three.
Yeah, the
featured ones.
Diplin is gonna Terra. The Primeape is gonna Terra. Which, I mean, the Primeape could also like Terra fighting. I don't know Terra Primeape sets. I never even considered
Well,
this guy as a Terra captain.
He gets Rage Fist, right? So I think that can low-key
He does
work.
get that.
Yeah.
Terra Ghost Primeape
I've
for like a
never seen that
budget
work.
Annihilate.
But yeah, I'm interested. I hope Ducker brings
I'll
this.
let him cook.
Yeah, I will.
But yeah, and then like you got
we'll-
Rotom for flying resist. You guys are flying resist.
That's not too bad.
Kartana's got good Fizz Def.
Yeah.
So I mean like
It can work with the switch in.
you're not that
Okay,
flying
okay.
weak. You're fake
Yeah, yeah.
flying weak.
Yeah. I think we wrote it down just looking at the type chart, but looking at it now,
Yeah,
it's all like kind of.
Yeah, you're
irrelevant,
fake
so
flying weak.
Don't worry about the flying weakness. That's
Yeah.
nothing to worry about.
Where your ghost types at though?
Yeah, you don't have a ghost type. It's not a huge deal, but like, you know, it's nice to have one around for those fighting type moves and normal type move spammers,
Yeah, for the
right? Like, you
stealth
only have
rocks,
one
it could
normal
be
resist.
sitting-
So if I pull up here with my Specs Terapagos, I'm gonna get some free clicks. Yeah.
Yeah.
No spoilers. I might not bring that. Other than that,
Leaked.
the defensive
Leak
pieces.
sets.
Yep, the defensive pieces are pretty good. You have Rotom, Milotic, Buck, Landorus. Like, those guys all are kind of annoying to get rid of. So I do like those. This team doesn't really care too much to hazard stack. It looks like just with the type of team it is.
Nah, it's just
so,
hitting buttons.
Yeah, you only have defog for removal though. Which, I mean, that's okay. It's Rotom, he will click defog. I kind of like having multiple forms of removal, but you know, it can work. Rotom doesn't mind putting defog on.
Yeah, Rotom Heat's wearing boots all day, any day, every day.
Yeah, he's chill. He's chilling.
Alright.
Yeah.
Chicago Blues.
Coco Bundle.
Yeah, Coco Bundle.
Look
Got
at
some
that
Iron Bingus
speed.
up in here.
Look at that speed distribution. Looks nice. I like it. Though
Yeah.
there is, if you look at the type chart, I see a good amount of red on here. There's some fire weak,
Yeah, it's a
there's some
fire.
ice weak.
Yeah, this fortress here.
Yeah.
Fire. Got some ice here. I guess I should clarify because people are probably gonna notice us pointing it out to this. I think it's important to cover ice, ground, and flying because those are very spammable offensive types.
Yeah, they're very strong.
Ghost 2.
Yeah.
You don't you want your dark types. So you're not getting that this isn't relevant to the team being going on right now. But you want your dark types. You don't get stored power swept every week. But yeah, like, you don't want people just coming into your team and realizing they can just hit ice beam every single turn and kill you, or hurricane because flying is so good, or in this case, freaking flamethrower.
Yeah.
But yeah, just Giga offense team again. Another one of these.
A lot of these. This one's the 6-0 with the Omega.
Yeah. Holy.
That was awesome to see. That was awesome. Do that again, please.
For the people.
That one, please, for the people. This one does feature Mega Chestnut, although we feel like I don't know if this is the team for it because you don't really have any good answers to flying types, which Chestnut absolutely hates.
Just does not want.
So that's gonna be kind of a problem for bringing Chestnut because you don't have anybody to switch into big flying moves. I mean, Coco resists it, but he's Coco. He's not that tanky.
I believe in the Fortress.
Fortress, that guy going neutral.
Yeah, I know, but like I believe in him.
That's true.
He's gonna get in there. He's gonna set spikes.
Yeah. The hazard game on this one's really good. I do like it.
Yep.
Yeah. That's this one.
Yeah. Not too much.
Good offense. I like this offense. Here's me. Speaking of offense, I'm not gonna comment on my own team.
You got some good speed tiers here. Love me some Greninja Pagos. Wish I could run that. You got. Let me look here. Got good hazards. Pagos is like one of the best spinners. Honestly, there are like 3 good spinners. Pagos is one of them.
Yep.
There's. I don't get your Terra Captains. I still don't. I still don't get it. You've got a Scolipede right there who would love the Terra.
No, well, these guys want it more. Guys want it more.
They want it more, but I'm not sure they should have it.
It's about bringing them out of poverty, not making the rich richer. You know what I mean? That's what I'm all about here.
This is This team has no interest in switching out ever. It's gonna hit a button.
Yep. This is what Jackson has taught me.
Yep.
This is the culmination of everything Jackson has taught me in draft.
Well, I hope it works out for you.
I hope it does too. I might go 08 because I've never used a type of team like this in draft before. So I could go 08, but I think this team has promise. I'm excited to use it.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Moving on.
Dashing at Sceptile, Seattle, Sigilif. Sigilif is awesome.
I love Sigilif. Such a cool mon.
Yeah. If you look at these top like 4 or even like 6 guys, these are
not
scary.
down here. I mean these top 4.
Yeah.
Over on that, like on the team itself.
Oh my god, that's very like Tinglu Petch. I'm scared. I don't want to fight that. That's so annoying.
Tinglu, Petch, Zam, Kieran Black. Like you're gonna be trying to break this team all day long, and then a Zam's gonna pop in and blow you up.
Yeah, you have those guys, but then like after that, the picks kind of start falling off a cliff a little bit. I've been told Aromatisse can cook. I still don't know what that mon does. I hope I
think you should Terra your Aromatisse over your Virizion if it is possible. Like if your budget can do it, you should do it.
Yeah, I don't know how good Terra Virizion. It looks interesting, but it's not very strong. So
that's a cool. Virizion's a cool mon. Like Terra Aromatisse, cool. I think fits better here. That's a cool support mon.
Yeah,
it's worth it.
And also looking at your speed, you kind of have a really big gap. If we discount Virizion because it's Virizion, I mean, it could come, but it's for Rizion. You have basically 150 straight down to 95. I feel like it would have been nice to have something kind of more in the middle there, like a more
Let me grab
reliable
the calculator. 150 minus 95.
55.
Yeah, you've got a 55-point drop here.
Yep. So any guys in that middle ground can actually just kind of go crazy with an offensive.
Arcanine does get E-speed though.
Yeah, E-speed's nice, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I do wish it was Terra Arcanine, but Terra Gyarados is really good. As we saw, it got a big sweep just today. So congrats on that.
You've got lots of defog for your own removal, but you've got a hazard stacking team here with all of your rockers with Empoleon. You got Tinglu, who is a hazard stack mon.
Yeah,
but no spin here.
Nice. A rapid spinner wouldn't, because then you don't have to get rid of your own hazards when they set hazards. Also, look at the type chart. You are kind of ground weak. You have to switch in your Gyarados, which is your sweeper, which I feel like doesn't feel amazing.
And then your resist is a Rizion, who
it's Terra. It is also for Rizion.
It's got good special defense, like
okay. Yeah. When those EQs are gonna hurt. Those EQs are gonna hurt. I guess you have Petch. Petch kind of eats EQs depending on who's using it.
Yeah, dude, that Petch
is so tanky.
No, where is that defense at? Yeah, 160. Goodness
gracious. It's
gracious.
Kind of disgusting. Yeah. Petch is also like deceptively fast. You never look at that mon and think it's fast. That mon is fast.
Yeah, no, you look at it, it's 88.
You could outspeed things.
What's going on here?
Surprisingly, yeah. But yeah, the only consistent offense on this team also is Mega Zam and Kyurem Black, because Gyarados you have to set up, and Arcanine maybe if you run like a choice item. But yeah, the wall breaking is just limited to those two pretty much, which might hurt. But
it's definitely gonna do a lot of damage.
Yeah, those guys they have big stats.
I guess the bigger concern isn't really Mega Zam, but more Kyurem, because you're either holding your boots or you're weak to rocks every time you try and get in, or
yeah.
I don't know, someone's gotta try Kyurem Black though, because
I'm glad someone's doing it. Streets are calling him a fraud. I played him once in a mock and I thought it was a fraud, but I hope I'm proven wrong by this team. I do want to see it succeed, even though they neutered it to put it on the board. It took away its two best moves.
Maybe that says something.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, those moves make it good, but my god, without them, I don't know.
Drop Kamalas. Love this picture, by the way.
This is an awesome logo. I do mess with this heavy.
Okay, so
the type chart is really nice. If you look at this,
nice.
No red. Wow.
You've got no reds here, and you've got so many quad weaknesses. How did you do that?
Crazy. That's
and
crazy.
I know, with the individual mons and team building, these quad weaknesses aren't that big of a deal. Really, I'm just looking at the reds. You got none of that, which is really cool.
It's always nice to see a nice filled out type chart like this. Looking at the kind of team this is, you got a lot of pivoting into straight killers. You got Mega Lopunny, who gets Swords Dance now, and Mach Punch. So
champion and stuff, that was okay.
Yeah. So you can pivot into that. You also can pivot into Terra Noivern, who can do some Terra Normal Boom Burst.
Cool
stuff.
captain.
That is pretty cool. You have a pretty decent hazard game and pretty good removal.
So on that, actually no, not on your removal, on your offense, you've got some straight killers with Landorus, Lopunny, and Terra Noivern.
Yep.
But everyone else is kind of just bulky defensive pieces. There's Ogerpon, but I don't know how much I respect base Ogerpon.
Ogerpon with no mask, so
Ogerpon with no mask.
Boost. You have to put an item like Life Orb or Band on it for it to do damage.
Yeah, so the way I could see it is the game plan here is to just position yourself as carefully as possible with these offensive guys, do a bunch of damage, go back cycling it, and if you lose any of these guys in a game, that's it. You just kind of lose.
You start struggling to do damage.
Yeah, you just can't do damage anymore without them.
Yeah, so this is definitely like a very skillful type of team and positioning type of team, which judging by the first week, I think you can pull it off. You just have to keep that up.
I see what that B sharp is here for. It's just there to be the dark and the steel
Yep.
for the sake of it. It's not doing
Fills it
anything
in,
else,
it does
man.
fill it in nice. Fills in the
Yeah.
temp chart nice.
He ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, it'll be. I mean, Eviolite, you got Eviolite, but you know it's a bit sharp, so we'll have to see. Maybe you can cook. I don't know. We'll have to get sold on that a little more. It's your only steel type, so you might have to bring it quite a bit
Yeah.
for some matchups.
And finally, I like the speed tiers. You've got Noivern, who's filling in that nice gap between the 110 Ogerpon and the 135 Lopunny.
Yeah,
Really
definitely.
nice to see.
Looks nice. It is very satisfying.
Yes.
Alright.
Oops.
Oh,
You didn't see that.
spoilers,
You didn't see that. You
spoilers,
didn't see that.
spoilers.
None of you saw that.
Yeah,
Hi.
St. Paul Spirit Breakers from Cinderace. This is a cool team. We got Mega Frostlass. We both really like Mega Frostlass. Got that nice special.
I'm a
attack
believer.
with
It's
ability.
good.
It's fast. It can do Aurora Veil. It can just click Blizzard. I'm excited to see this mod
Yep.
cook.
And
we
it
have-
has cooked so far, hasn't it? Like down in Terra Cave, Red got
I
a
haven't
few
seen that.
kills with it.
I have not seen that, so
Okay.
I'll have to check that out. Yeah, you have good hazards on this. You have treads to remove. You got set rocks. So that's pretty nice. And like, you have to. I think having this like consistent removal is super important because you have 3 guys who are weak to rocks, and Frostlass can't hold boots. So you're gonna have to play super careful to make sure rocks stay off your side. You have defog on Moltres, but then you also have to make sure Moltres doesn't get the boots knocked off. So that's gonna be definitely like an area you have to pay extra attention to when running this team.
I love the Terra captains. You
Oh,
got like I'm running Terra Palmot. I'm excited
Mhm.
to use it. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping you get a lot of good results out of it. Terra Miltank is a guy.
That was
It's
funny.
not true. Terra Miltank's a girl.
Oh yeah,
Um,
come on, man.
yeah, I know. I'm terrible. I don't know. I just run regular Miltank if
I
it
don't
were
even
me.
know what
And
Milk
like,
Tank does. So
yeah, I've run Miltank before. It's I ran as a Spectre check.
fair
But,
enough.
there's
Fair
no Spectre here.
enough.
It's really good at it.
Yeah, I can see that.
I've seen a lot of good results for Terra Muck if you wanted to consider that guy as a secondary captain.
Mm.
But if like again, if you want to just stick to Miltank, go off.
I'd like to
You're
see
gonna get
Miltank.
something out of that
I
last.
still don't know what it does. So yeah.
It's got thick fat. You got
It's like a
facade.
defensive guy.
Yeah,
It's like a little bruiser type.
yeah. It's got a lot of recovery with like Milk Drink.
Yep.
It's got some other
Fair enough.
abilities I can't remember off the top of my head. Oh, no, it's a good mon. It's a good mon.
Hope to see it
right?
cook. Hope to see it cook. But yeah, this is
Yes.
a good balanced team. Yeah, and the speed tier
Yep.
is nice. Look at those speed
Okay,
tiers.
yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Hi. Yeah, for real this time.
Fairmont Heroes.
JHJ. Is there a way to pronounce that, or is it just JHJ?
I've always just said JHJ. Hey, let
Okay.
us know. But I think
I
it's
chopped
just,
Steela.
it's just 3 consonants. Yeah,
Yeah.
this one was this as someone who had to build for this last week. This is an annoying team. I don't like.
It looks
seeing
like it.
Steela. It's very bulky. This is a very bulky team.
Yeah, you got a lot of bulky guys here, and then there's an Urshifu just waiting to punch you.
Yeah, I have a bullet point specifically written down saying I hate Celesteela, I hate Celesteela, I hate Celesteela. That mon is
I
a
hate-
terrorist. You can go Leech Seed, protect type of
Leech
type of
sub
set,
and just sit there like a fat ass.
or you can go Autonomize, Weakness Policy, and just sweep the whole team if the opponent makes one wrong move. I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy.
It's a good mom.
It's a very good mon, and this team also seems like it was kind of built around Alolan Marowak, which is really cool because you have 2 mons that can do Trick Room Teleport, set it up as I saw in my match, what made me lose. That Marowak can hit really hard in Trick Room, and it has a lot of ways to like kind of get into that with how many bulky mons you could have. You could just pivot in around until you get into a good spot to set that Trick Room up, and then tear the Marowak and just kill something. So that's something to look out for on this team. It's very,
I am a huge
very
fan of
strong
that.
about Marowak. Yeah, it is cool. I've never seen a Marowak team, but this definitely feels like the right team for it.
Yep. I I don't think like we wrote down hazards here, like removal not being the best, but I'm not sure how much it really matters to the setup.
Yeah, I mean your removal is Claydol and Silvally.
Who's spin? Claydol's a good spinner.
Claydol's a good spinner for sure, but Claydol I feel like is here. You want to get that Trick Room, but I guess you don't have to always bring it.
Yeah, it can do both. He's not gonna Trick Room every game.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Silvally could work too, but I don't know if Silvally always wants to run Defog. So it's just something to like keep in mind, I guess, is that the removal might struggle a little bit in certain cases, but it can work. Like, it's not bad.
It's better than mine.
So there you go. I do like this team. Like this is a.
I do like this team a lot.
I like bulkier teams, so this one's up there.
Jamity
Square. Yep. This one has Melmetal. I love Melmetal.
Instant Rice Boy favorite.
This one's up there for me. This one got Melmetal on it. I love that guy. Yeah. So this one's like, this is a pretty good team. Like if you look at that type chart, the only issue with the type chart is that it's a bit ice weak. Your only real ice resist is Melmetal, who's also kind of weak. Especially you have to run Assault Vest to tank ice beams and blizzards pretty well.
Which means you're not running Punching Glove.
Yeah, and it also means you're slowly getting worn down over the course of the game. So Melmetal might be a bit overworked in terms of like being defensive and stuff like that. But I think you can play around it for sure.
Rotom's weak. Keldeo is not bulky. Donphan's weak. Melmetal is the only bulky one. Cinderace is a Protean mon, so it's not even going to be resisting ice most of the time. Although Latias do be a bulky bitch.
Yeah, that's a strong.
It's not going down in just one ice beam, that's for sure.
Yep.
Latias is broken. I'm a believer in that mon.
Yeah, I think this is still like a very scary team offensively.
You're just outside the top 5 after all, like.
Yeah, I mean you have Overquill also for hazards, which is nice. You have a nice spin blocker in Galarian Corsola, although I don't know, I'm not convinced on that being a Terra captain.
Yeah, I'm curious what Corsola is doing here at all, actually.
It can spin block.
Yeah, it can. It's an Eviolite Terra captain.
Yeah.
I tried to do a little bit of research on what this thing can do as a Terra captain, but I didn't find anything like particularly strong here. So my first thought was literally just like, why don't we just move the Terra to Arboliva? Because I know
Terra Arboliva is a demon.
Yeah, I know that's a good Terra captain.
That mon's real good. So if you ever want to fit that on the team, I would consider it. I would definitely consider it.
Yeah, that'd be real strong.
That's a strong guy. Yeah, this is a cool team.
Otherwise, yeah, really strong. Really strong.
This one gets bonus points for the Melmetal. This might be the toughest logo. I saw this for the first time a while ago. This one,
Blue did a great job
on
his work on this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, Yuki's Rumbling Titans.
Yeah.
Here. Terabulu. I like that.
Yeah, that's a strong mon.
I don't know what he does, but I like it.
He's very good. He's very good. You could set up bulk up and then go in.
Like Terra Havelux is the classic secondary Terra captain.
Oh, yeah. We saw that win Evergrande last season, so I do like that guy.
Good speed and type chart here.
Oh yeah, that Mega Delphox is cool. I'm excited to see this one cook more.
Got good removal. Your only setter really is Sandy Shocks, which is fine.
Okay.
I mean that's what it does. That's why you get it.
Yeah, get the rocks for free, and sometimes you fit spikes on. The offense is quite good. Also defensively, you're kind of chilling. You have Aloe, you have Bulu, Avalugg, and Scizor to help you defensively, which is pretty good. I think for a Mega Delphox team, since Delphox is like can't hold boots and is weak to Stealth Rocks, I feel like you would want a little more removal options, because right now your options are Avalugg and Scizor. Scizor might not always want to run Defog, might not always be able to.
He certainly can
defog.
Though.
He can, like you can.
Yeah, I've done it.
I like to keep my Scizor, options to be like, sometimes you want to run Band for the Lebo.
Yeah, don't want to be locked as your defogger, but like.
Yeah, I mean Avalugg can work too. Havok can work too, but
Yeah,
it can't
yeah.
really come every
Who's
week.
probably going to be doing the job? I mean, like Terra Havok's
Yeah.
good.
I mean, this team is still good. It's number 5.
It's a good team. Like,
It is a good ass team.
You're
Don't-
number
don't get
5.
it twisted. The type chart also. Look at that type chart. Wow.
Yeah, it's good.
Look at those ones. Okay, nice. But yeah, this is a cool team. I'm excited to see more of this team. It did quite well week 1. I think with some good positioning and play, can cook. Lying, Kraken.
I was like a little confused with this team at first, but then I like looked into it and I'm like, wait, holy.
This team, yeah. This team's actually nasty.
Yeah, I'm a little scared of this one. I'm glad I'm not fighting it.
It reminds me of a past draft I ran. Tornadus Therian, Latias, T-Tar, Excadrill. I might have even I think I also had Entei on there. Like, this is a very familiar team for me. It was
Interesting.
I sucked at the time, but it felt like a good team. So I think this one can cook. This one can cook for sure.
Balanced speed tiers, your 120 plus, your 110, your base 100, then you go all the way to the low tiers. Toxapex here, strong defensive option. You got double regenerator because of
Triple.
Tornadus and
Triple
Minchao is
that
not a
one
real
shot.
regenerator. Let's be a little honest here. It's
But in
double.
spirit, you have triple regen.
In
so-
spirit. Terra Rotom very good. Terra Entei very good. I am a Mega Meganium believer.
Me too.
This thing
I
is
think
good.
That mon can really do well here. 'Cause you
Classic
have
T-Tar drill.
good support for like the poison moves with your Excadrill, your Toxapex. So
Yep. Yep.
like, I think it's
Meganium's
covered
bases
defensively
are
pretty
covered.
well. Yeah, I think this is the kind of team that Meganium can succeed in.
Yep. Good attackers, good switch-ins. I am a fan of this. This is a good,
Yeah, this is
good
a
thing.
good sand team.
The only thing I have is that Minchao is just kind of existing here.
Yeah,
But
I mean, I'm not sold on it. It can work. Like, I think it can hit decently hard.
I'm not gonna
145,
tell you to
so
replace it
hopefully-
because I don't know what I would do with it. I like your like 4 ground weak mons, but also 3 ground immune mons.
Yeah,
So
that's
I mean
funny.
it evens out.
Yeah, like and also the Meganium's gonna switch into every earthquake anyway, so
Yep.
like you're good. Like ground type's literally not
Yeah,
a
and
concern.
your 3 ice resist mons, but also your 3 ice weak
Yeah,
mons.
like,
So
that's a good type chart. That's
And
very nice.
they're real switch-ins too.
Yeah. Saffron, City, Sylveon's, Nene with the Terra Snorlax, my favorite.
Yeah.
I like this one. This one gets a multiplier in points because of the Terra Snorlax. It's also just a good team. Like this is
Yes,
quite a
yes.
good team.
I am a huge fan of this team.
Like I really,
think,
I do really like this team.
I would personally rank this higher, but score our totally real scoreboards said otherwise.
Yeah, I mean the next 2 teams are like also like crazy. So
Yeah, we're like
it's tough
this
competition.
this high up, like
Yeah. And
You know,
also,
I don't-
yeah, 'cause also like in Evergrande, like everybody here knows how to draft. So
yeah,
these are all-
everyone here. knows
These
what
are all
they're
good
doing.
teams. So
Okay, so yeah, got Grande Zapdos, the Wally special.
I guess the Wally knows a lot about this combo.
Love this combo. You've got a 142 speed tier, and then you drop
Yeah.
all the way to 100.
And the only like person only mon who's actually really gonna use that 100 speed is Victini, unless you're running offensive Zapdos, like you can, but like not all the time.
Yep.
So I-
Do
it's, like,
respect offensive
it would
Zapdos.
be nice. Yeah, it would be nice to have a mon in between 100 and 142, like for like a 110 mon. But I think with also how like bulky your team is, it should be not too bad.
Yeah, this team is so strong. You've got
Yeah, Terra Snorlax is awesome.
like you've got good defensive synergies here. Ferrothorn Zapdos does great. Annihilate is doing great here.
You have
Victini, I'm just not the biggest believer in because it's gonna be like holding boots always.
yeah,
but, like-
it could work. You have
Yeah,
you could spin. You know,
I'm
you
sure
got
it'll
debuff.
succeed.
I want to
Because like
also
he's got the removal game.
yeah, I also like specifically want to point out like for the defensive synergy, like for the fire types that would beat Ferrothorn, you have Thick Fat, and Tentacruel. So that's really nice. Like Ferrothorn's
Yup.
not worried about those fire types. He's well covered there, which is quite a good thing to see. And like fighting
Beautiful
type moves,
stuff.
you got it's just this is
You got
very
Annihilate for
good defensive core
Victini, and
on
then you
this
got
team.
Zapdos for anyone who dares click close combat on you.
Yep, static them.
Great stuff. Great stuff.
Yeah,
Like-
there's no real secondary Terra captain, but I think Snorlax. You're gonna
Snorlax
tear
gonna get the
Snorlax
job
every
done.
game. He's gonna do it. That's the type of guy he is.
It says Zapdos, like it says you're red on the flying weakness here, but like
That's
one of them's a
Zapdos,
cutie
he goes-
fly.
Yeah,
And-
that's fine.
Then like the other's Annihilate, and then you've got your Zapdos as your flying resist. Like you're fine.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
fine.
not worried about that for you.
Yeah, moving on.
Mountain Man. See,
It's
there's
really
two
an
Mons on
edge.
here. There's two Mons on here that make me very sad. Kyurem and Corviknight. Someone's getting pressure stalled, season. and I'm not.
It's
I
happening
hope
to
it's not me.
someone.
I hope it's not me. This is a very, very, very strong team, and I don't want to fight it.
I hate looking at this.
Yeah, this one makes me
Like-
sad. You got a 6-0 week one, so watch out.
Yeah, like, again, already off to a very strong start here. We were on the right track here, putting this team so high.
Yeah. This one, like, you just kind of, I think the game plan for this one is just kind of pivoting around with how many defensive pieces you have. You also have Florges to just heal up your guys with Wish.
We love us some clerics.
Yep, you're just wearing down the team until Ogerpon, Cornerstone, and maybe even Armor Rouge can just come in and sweep, or Kuro.
Or the Palafin. You know,
or the
I feel like we
Palafin.
shouldn't ignore that guy.
There's a yeah, the Palafin in the room.
The All Might in the back.
Yeah, that guy's also a demon. Watch out for him. The hazard game is really good. You got Spin, you got Defog, you have Quillium to spread the hazards.
Love us some Quillium
Quilliam's
H.
Awesome. Quilliam's awesome. The only thing I have on this team is the top speed of Mega Manectric's kind of weak. I feel like that one's a little fake. But for how bulky this team is and just kind of how it's structured, and you have Jet Punch, I don't think it's too much of a problem. I think you can go.
Yeah, I don't
past
think
that.
this team is that worried about going first.
Yeah, it doesn't. It'll stall you out anyway.
Great Terra captains too. Armor Rouge and Florges are really
Yeah,
good Terra captains. Both with
definitely.
really good brain cases. Either for
Yeah.
your Calm Mind, Weak Armor, I'm pretty sure it gets that, or just Florges being a great defensive piece.
Yep. So yeah, this is a strong team. I
Yup.
don't want to fight it. I don't know what
Yep.
my schedule is. Maybe it's on the schedule. I hope it's not though. This seems like
You'll have
such
to
a
look.
pain.
You'll have to look. But
Yeah.
last but not least, the top, I guess, last and most
Yeah, I guess.
top of our list. DL, see you later. Jackson up at top here.
This team. You look at this team. What a team this
Holy.
is. Are you
Like-
kidding me? What is
Like,
this?
First off, beautiful type chart over here.
Yeah.
What's
holy
going on
crap.
here?
That's so nice.
Got
The offense is crazy. The offense on this team is crazy.
Darkrai, Mega Scizor, Iron Moth, Terra Jolteon.
Yeah.
There are some offensive demons here.
Yeah. You could even set up with Tapu Fini.
Yes, you could. You can Calm Mind. This thing gets Scald, right?
Yeah.
Why did they
Well,
do
you
that?
don't want to scald. You have Mr. Terrain. You click Surf.
Oh yeah, you can't do that anyways.
Yeah.
What am I thinking?
Yeah, you got a lot of U-turn and defog, so you're not worried about hazards, and you can pivot around into your big offensive pieces to just kill. Your Terra captains are very strong. Terra Jolteon and Terra Flygon are very good. Yeah, this is definitely a Jackson type of team, which is a fuck
Yeah.
you die type of team. As you could see, this is a strong team. Not much. I don't have much else. This is a damn good team.
Yeah, good Steel type bronze. You do kind of drop in point quality pretty hard here. I love Chestnut, but I'm not sure how good this guy is without Terra.
Yeah, I think.
But if you're a believer,
Yeah, because I think there's enough guys that cover the weaknesses defensively.
Yeah.
So I think Chestnut can work. He can also do spikes.
yeah, he's got Spike, Synthesis, Leech Seed. This is a good guy here.
Yeah, this is
Spiky
quite a good
Shield.
guy. This is a strong team. I don't have no notes.
Yep.
This is a good.
Yeah, no, I'm staying clear away from this. I'm glad I'm not in the division. That's not true. Yeah, that's all, folks.
Yeah, that's Evergrande.
That's it. By
There
yours
it
truly.
is. There it is. I hope
I
you
don't
have
know
a
how to
great
close
season.
this.
Yeah, I hope you have a great
Hello.
season.
Yep.
Not a good
Hi.
season. Hi, Nejri.
Good job,
Big
guys.
Nedge is here.
Big Nej.
Good stuff. I'm just going to. Okay, I covered the stream with the logo, so you can like.
Neither of us are
cancel out.
online in this image. All right, I'm out.
Okay.
Oh,
Let's
Yeah,
go.
I'll just wait till Central and Exilus get here.
yep. Just hang out.
If it takes
Just
too
hang
long,
out
guys,
here
you get to
until-
watch me play a Ranbat.
Yo.
True. True.
Hold on, I need to get in the stream now.
Yeah. Yeah. Evergrande's looking to be a crazy season with how many offensive teams there are.
And so many killer dies.
Yeah. So it is about to be crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, there were a lot of good teams. I caught the end of it, and all of them looked crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Quite intimidating.
All right, it looks like
Draft.
both Central and Exilus are here. Hello, hello.
All right, I'm gonna.
Thank you, Wally and Race Boy.
Yep, I'm gonna
Yep,
go ahead and dip
I'll-
out.
Head out. I'll
Sounds
check
good.
it out. Be in the
Have a
stream.
good night.
But yeah.
Good luck on your PRs.
Good luck.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, whichever one of you guys is gonna stream the slideshow from Discord, just do that, and then I'll stream that.
It looks like it's gonna have to be me, probably. I don't know. Exo's still muted, but I think they are on mobile, so
Oh.
I suppose I will stream them then. And
Yeah, I'm gonna get on PC in just a moment.
alright, no worries. I can stream it either way, and I'll just pull up the notes on my phone or something like that. As I do have a document with a bunch of shit that I wrote today, because I did it all today. I'm pretty sure both Exo and I procrastinated this pretty badly.
I did too.
Hi.
Like right the day before.
I'm awake. Hello, everyone. I just woke
Hey.
up. Alright. Are you able to stream the slide deck?
Yeah, hang on.
Sounds good.
Let me go ping the Mariners. Let me see. Okay, I think that's good. And then I hide this, and you guys should be able to see the Marine slideshow. I'll wait till it updates on the YouTube. Alright, looks good to go. Have fun. I will be back near the end to close things out. Alright, bye-bye.
Sounds good.
Alright, cool. Perfect. I'm still getting the notes up on my phone here, so apologies
Yep.
I'm not perfectly locked in here for the starts. But yeah, we're doing Marine Cave. I believe we're the last div to go, and we were certainly the last people to finish their rankings, as
Ah,
it was super duper last minute, but that's okay. So apologies if we don't go fully in like quite as in depth as we usually do, but I believe that the rankings are still quite valid and quite good. And if people would like me, or EXO for that matter, but certainly me, to look at any of these teams on a more analytical note, then I'm happy to do that. But you'll just have to let me know. Feel free to always DM me. But yeah, Marine Cave presented by EXO and Central. This is being done much like all of the other divs. They're entirely for fun, generally unserious. I think we have a 2-0 team, like pretty close to the bottom. So it goes to show that literally anyone can win, regardless of where you're gonna score here. So don't take any of these criticisms or praisings, anything like too seriously. So yeah, you guys know the drill though. Anything you want to add before we jump into things, EXO?
I mean, just like every other ranking, this is all good fun. I just, just because a team is ranked poorly doesn't mean it's gonna perform poorly. At the end of the day, we gotta still play Mons.
Right on, perfect. Let's go ahead and jump straight into it then. Starting out, we have Starman with the Starling Rowlets. We have Tusk, and we have a bunch of friends of Tusk, many of which are the same types as each other, which is why I rated this pretty low here. I wasn't a huge fan of like a lot of the offensive guys being water types. So like Palafin and Iron Bundle, probably the two main offensive pieces on this team aside from the Tusk itself. Both of them using sort of the same stabs. Obviously, Iron Bundle, it's impossible to resist both of its stabs along with Freeze Dry, but even still, I feel like this is going to struggle a lot versus, say, like a Spadef Dondozo or something like that. There's also a Wug Trio for what it's worth that's also a water type, and is also, I guess, one of the more offensive low tiers here. The Terras on this team, I do believe, are Arboliva and the Stack. Those guys are certainly not water type, and they certainly do provide unique angles to the offense that the Trick Room and stuff like that for Stack Attacka, and you have like Iron Press and stuff for Stack Attacka. I don't really know what else that guy gets, but overall just a lot of overlapping water types. There's also back-to-back psychic types between Latias and the Slowking Galar, so Knock is going to be a pretty huge issue for this team. Yeah, it just wasn't really my favorite all around. Anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, my biggest thought was when I first looked at this team is you would really like a more consistent fairy answer. Sorry, you have Slowking, but I would like a better steel type that's gonna stay a steel type. Stack Attacka I think is a premier Terramon, but that's just that. Like you're gonna lose your steel typing almost every week.
Yeah.
Overall, I think the team is fine. The team is has a large amount of high quality mons, but they all are going to be asked to do things they might not want to do every week. Tusk and what's his name? Stack Attacka have your hazards, but neither like Tusk already suffers from 4 move syndrome most weeks. I would say like you want to be able to spin, you want to be able to hit the flying type, you want to be able to you use both stabs. So Rocks is not something you want to have to be forced to run. Same with Stack Attacka, like you can Rocks, but you also want Iron Defense, Body Press, you want Heavy Slam. You have just both ones have a lot of things they want to run. Otherwise, yeah, I think you have a lot of high quality. It's just a little clunky in how it's constructed.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that. And I really like that you mentioned that Stack Attacka is the only steel type here, and it's going to be tarrying. Because if you look at the flying resist and things like that as well, like Flying Dragon, as soon as Stack Attacka terras, there are no more resists. And obviously, like Slowking is one of the best like special walls just in general. Like best, what's the word I'm looking for? Like blanket special wall. So like hurricanes and stuff like that, it can probably soak up a few, but like, you know what I mean here. Like
yeah.
the type
especially
chart
with
just
especially
really
with how like how
success.
common a Terra Fairy is, and you just might get coveraged into how if you only have Slowking as your fairy coverage, so it's not the greatest thing to have, but it's still a great.
I don't know.
I think it'll hold it together.
Yeah, Slowking will help certainly versus fairies, but yeah, like dragon types as well. Like as soon as Stack Attacka terras, nothing here is gonna like enjoy taking like a Roaring Moon outrage or something like that, you know? Like if Roaring Moon gets 1 DD up and starts outraging after Stack Attacka's already terraed, then it might just be game over or something like that, you know? So anyways, yeah, that's kind of the things that we saw here. Weak-ish hazards, obviously neither Stack nor Tusk really wanting to run them that often. And then, yeah, lots of type overlap and non-synergy despite the good pieces. But yeah, we'll move on to our 15 slot. We have names, unfortunately, here. Interesting team again. I thought that, honestly, the Veil angle is really, really good. I believe that... like with all of the setup spam type guys that you have, like Mega Maw, you have Zygarde DD, right? And you have Zeraora as well, which likes to run bulk up or stuff like that. Then you have plenty of angles and ways to like take advantage of Ninetales Alola setting up Veil and stuff like that, which I think is definitely the strongest point of this team. That being said, I do think that like in terms of setting hazards, like Maw's never gonna run hazards, so it boils down to Deoxys defense. I'm a really, 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 really big hater of Deoxys defense. Also, Mandibuzz like holds this team defensively together. As soon as Mandibuzz gets chipped in a lot of matchups, I think you're just gonna like lose. So like if you make like one wrong turn, like if you get crit or something like that on your Mandibuzz, or God forgive you get like T-waved and then fully parried or something like that, then it's just gonna be over, because as soon as Mandibuzz like dies, you get gooped by ghosts, you get gooped by ground type moves, you get gooped by EQ. The Terras on this team, I believe, are the Meloetta and something else. Oh my gosh. It was Inteleon, that's right. Yeah, so Terra Captain wise, it's okay. I do think Meloetta's quite good, especially since it can go into its other form and be nice and fast and physical, which I do think this team needs a little bit more physical breaking power, so that's definitely nice. Inteleon I don't really rate quite as highly, but yeah, just the way that Screen seems to be this team's like only real way of winning, and Mandibuzz being so defensively pressured definitely, unfortunately, lowered this on my list.
Yeah, overall, I think you've kind of covered everything I wanted to say. The hazards being only on Dio, I guess Mala technically, but like essentially only Dio, doesn't feel great. I'm not a huge Dio defense believer without Terra. Your removal was fine. Yeah, I think as you mentioned, like the core of your team kind of relies on Mandibuzz coming in, absorbing a hit, you turning out, and finding a spot to roost here and there. And Mandibuzz, that's what he does. That's good, but it'd be nice to have a little bit more of a defensive backbone. Tentacruel can come in, take a couple hits. For me personally, I just have a lot of bias. This team just feels like a lot. Well, it is the leftover team, right? You originally had Kieran Black, if I remember correctly, and you traded it in for a couple pieces. So the quality of mons, I am much of a believer in that it's better to have a solid 9 than to have a wide 10 or 11. And I think the quality of mons for me is just there's a lot of them. I don't like many of them. I don't like Zora. I don't like Megamala. I think they're both kind of clunky, but that's just me personally.
I definitely do agree. There's like matchups and things where a lot of your big setup guys like Mega Mawile, Zygarde, even Zeraora sometimes, like they'll just have matchups where they can't do anything and they shit the bed, or like you have to run like sub-toxic Zeraora or something like that doesn't really take advantage of the screens. But like in those games, it's going to be really, really difficult to win when your like key breakers don't have good matchups, I think. So yeah, I think we've kind of discussed pretty much everything here. I agree, Exo, with what you mentioned about the quality of the Pokemon themselves just not being so high. But yeah, we'll go ahead and move on here to 14. I had Jace, and it really, really, really hurt my heart to put Meowthreads this low. But unfortunately, I do think that the rest of the team lowered this team a lot in my rankings. I'm not a huge fan of either of the Megas here. Everyone's been like riding Mega Scoville and Dick for way too long now. I think that guy's buns. Mega Clefable also not exactly my favorite. Yet to see Mega Scoville do anything, and then the rest of the team just doesn't really do like damage, right? Because like what else are you using to break? You have to be like the Terra Captain Starmie is going to be nice. Obviously, every time it forces a switch, you get that analytic boost, and it's going to be doing a lot of damage there. So there's that guy. But then if you look across the rest of the team, there's like very few other consistent breakers. That's not a Terra Araquanid. I believe the secondary Terra is on Drampa. So yeah, overall, just breaking looks really difficult. There is some solid-ish defensive pieces. Obviously, Bellybolt's a highlight for me. Corsola Galar as well is going to enable you to do a lot of hazard stacking and stuff like that. You have some amazing rockers as well between Clef and Treads. You have T-Spikes, regular spikes only on Meow, I think is a little bit of a downside when you have such a good spin blocker and stuff like that. And I mean, with the lack of immediate firepower on this team, you would hope that you'd have good hazards to chip things into range of other stuff, but I don't know. Overall, just not my favorite teams for those reasons.
Yeah, I again harping on the idea of I like a more condensed team that has strong options that you can lean on rather than a wide team. It's the same thing. A lot of things have already been covered. I again I think you started out very strong. I don't know how much I believe in the double mega personally. I know that a lot of the theory around Clefable is, oh, you can't trick the Clefable now. Now it can be like unstoppable on the setup side. Um, I don't know how much I believe that. Maybe you can prove me wrong. Same with Skull Villain. I've had to mock using the Skull Villain. Now I kind of hate this one the more I use it. It draws a lot of prep, but if they bring in aromatherapy, they can kind of just ignore it. Um, my biggest thing I agree is like the braking power, especially as you get lower and lower down, it gets very difficult. And you spent what, 7 points on this guy, 7 points on Belly Bolt, 5 points. That's what, 19 points. You could have just gotten a cure on black instead of your bottom three, and I feel like your team is a lot better off that. But that's just me. I think you could have condensed. Sorry, I probably would have rated it higher if you had condensed your mons into a more, just into more power, like spending more budget on one mon rather than spreading it out. But yeah, I'm just not a believer in the double mega. Maybe you can prove me wrong.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, yeah, if you can prove us wrong about either of these two megas, I'm more than happy to, shut my mouth and know that I was definitely wrong. But yeah, I think we've hit basically many of the downsides of this team. I will say I really, really, really like the amazing removal that you have. You have Tread Spin, Starmie Spin, and you have Weezing Galar Defog, which is also elite removal. Probably one of the better defoggers in the format, especially at that price point. So really, really, really good for things like the two megas that are both rocks weak. Really good for stuff like Scarf Masquerada. Hopefully you guys can't hear the train that's going right by my place right now. Like Scarf Masquerada, or like if you wanted to run like leftovers on your bulky guys, like the Belly Bolt or something like that instead of boots, and that's going to be really good news for that as well. So nice removal, but ultimately not going to be saving this team from the rankings. We will move on to 13. We have the Smoking Sun Currents, coached by Jirexo. The main thing to note here is the speed tiers. I think you can see them and they kind of speak for themselves. We have a Dio speed. That guy's very fast. There's no two ways about it. And then we drop immediately, unfortunately, to Mega Dragonite at base 100. And I mean, there is good, like there's solid Scarfers here. Darmanitan's a great Scarfer. Golden Go can Scarf. We also have like decent priority. We have two E-Speeders, but they're also already our two fastest Pokemon. And we have Webs. So yeah, I mean, you better be getting a lot of value out of the Webs, I think. Otherwise, you're going to be in a world of hurt when it comes to faster Pokemon. Hazards-wise, I mean, this team does look quite nice. You have a Golden Go to Spin Block, Defog block, everything block except like Core Change and whatever, you know what I mean. And you have amazing hazard setters to back it up. Dio gets both hazards. Swampert's a great rocker. Chestnut's a great spiker. You can also lead the Pagos and have some lead rocks like Meteor Beams type sets to facilitate a win with something like D-Knight or with Darmanitan in the back or something like that. So there's definitely ways I can see this team working and like working in a hazard stack type play. You do not have amazing like knockoff potential. It's pretty much just Dio and Swampert, and if you count Skuntank, sure. I would not count Chestnut. I don't think I've ever seen a Chestnut run knockoff, so like getting rid of the boots and stuff may be a little bit difficult, but I can definitely see like a spike stack style gameplay working. I think you're gonna struggle probably revenging things. I mean, that's just the nature of not having very fast Pokemon. A lot of those faster attackers are going to be very difficult for you to deal with. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I had down. What you got?
Yeah. Not much more to add. I think it seems like you're building bulky offense in a way, right? Like Dio, although not seem that bulky, like you can afford to cheat EVs most week and run him pretty bulky. I just don't like that your only traditional defensive pivot was Swampert, right? I feel like you could have used a little bit more on that side, just because I think a lot of your mons can take very strong neutral hits, but it'd be nice if they didn't have to, right? Dragonite and Dio can run physical. Dragonite can do it pretty well. Dio heavily prefers to be special in terms of both move selection and coverage. And other than that, Darmanitan is your only real other physical mon. Like, yes, Swampert physical. Yes, Chestnut's physical. But are they threatening physical? It's not really, right? You have Dragonite, Darm, and maybe a superpower from Dio Speed. The rest of it is all special, right? Terrapagos, mostly Dios. Golden Go. Those are your breakers. They're going to AV you to hell and back. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I get what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, the only like real big physical breaker being Darmanitan is certainly a downside as well. I'd also like to point out that as soon as Golden Go dies, the whole defensive core is dead. I guess it depends. It depends on the Chestnut Terra, because that guy is Terra, and obviously Chestnut with Terra is a little bit threatening as well. You have to respect it in prep, and it's like the IDEF body press sets with a good defensive Terra can really mess you up, or like Leech Seed or something like that. So there's definitely ways to win with a team like this, but it's going to be a lot more convoluted when you literally can't revenge anything minus the Deoxys speed. So.
One more thing I wanted to add is that I think with Mega Dragonite Terrapagos, you're getting roxed every single week. And although I think Terrapagos personally is the best spinner, I think part of its scariness is that you can run things other than Rapid Spin, and it's super threatening. But I feel like on your team is running Rapid Spin running Rapid Spin boots every single week to protect Dragonite.
Yeah, good point. Pigeonholed into that set, yeah. All right, we'll move on though. Coming up a little bit higher into the list, now we have the Psycho Boosting Alakazams by MG. Let's see. Again, I think breaking looks a little bit difficult, and the mon quality really drops off after the Gren. I mean, I just sort of wonder like where the points were spent in a way. Like, I think Raging Bolt without Terra has a lot of matchups where it just falls completely flat and it feels like damn near unbringable. Like if you match up into, say, well, the most obvious example I've seen is like Terra Rhyperior. It just goes Terra Fairy and then you can't touch it because of Lightning Rod. So what are you gonna do? Run Heavy Slam, which is probably like 40 base power into Rhyperior or something like that? Like, nah, the Raging Bolt just has to ride the bench that week. And there's a few other weeks where Raging Bolt is probably gonna feel quite useless. Similarly, I don't know exactly how I feel about Alakazam Terra. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not. I have no idea, but yeah, that's a guy. Ogerpon is also kind of a guy. There's like, if there's a good physical defense poison between Ogerpon and Annihilate being the only like physical attacking Pokemon on this team, they're just never gonna break that. Like if there's a like if there's like a Fez or something like that, it's going to be really difficult to break through that Fez. Obviously you have a Tinkaton that can switch in, but I'm just saying for example's sake. I do think that this team leans pretty well into the hazard stack sort of game plan again. You have a Terra Gligar as well that can really set both hazards, and a bunch of rockers, as you can see. Tinkaton, Nido being the ones that will run it most often. And you have two Defiant Mons to sort of deter Defog, as well as Annihilate, which is certainly one of the better spin blockers in the format as well. So you can really lean into Spikes, and then Mega Greninja just wins. And I do believe this team is actually 2-0, so certainly a little bit low on the list maybe for that reason. But yeah, that was my thoughts. What you got?
One thing that you haven't mentioned is I feel like Gligar is a mandatory bring every single week. Maybe I'm tripping. It's your only ground immunity, am I right? Or Kricketune. Yeah, that or Kricketune, and then because Ogerpon is not taking hits. Ogerpon is not very bulky. I believe it has synthesis. I might be wrong.
Yeah, it can be defensive with synth, but yeah, then you're foregoing like breaking power, which you already don't have. So
yeah, so I think that was one big thing I wanted to note, is that I didn't like the fact that Gligar was such a core part of your defensive core. I think it's offensively quite potent. It'll be difficult to, defend against, but defensively, I don't know how much I like the idea of I got a Blissey and a Terra Avalugg. I don't know, not my style.
Yeah.
Again, 11 months. You have like rockers out the wazoo. You're fast as fuck, but again, bottom 3 mons could have been a Kieran Black.
I will say, without the bottom 3 mons, this team has no removal. That's another pretty bad thing.
Yes. Removal
So,
is also quite lacking.
yeah.
Oh yeah, removal is very lacking. I think
Yeah.
Terra Outlook isn't bad per se. You know, I think Terra Ghost Avalugg has shown its prowess in previous seasons, and Gligar is fine. You know, like he survives. If you have an Eviolite, and then maybe your Tink comes in, Magicians when they knock off, but it's just not the greatest feeling for me. Is all.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
He's proven us wrong
like,
already. He's 2-0.
Yeah, he's 2-0. We can't like really say that much, but yeah, ultimately just felt that the Mon quality definitely dropped after the Mega Gran. And feel like the bottom end of the team is really questionable. Like I agree that like some of those bottom guys could definitely get like traded in for some upgrades for the top guys or something like that, you know? Like I don't know what Blissy's doing here. Blissy's chilling.
Yeah, I'll never be a Blissey believer in draft. I think any competent player will be able to break past the Blissey. Maybe there's some matchups. Maybe you're against. No, actually, I can't think of one. No, I don't believe Blissey.
Yeah, some Calm Minesweeper that doesn't have Psyshock or recovery moves or anything else.
Yeah, and they don't have a ground type. You can just switch in and ignore the T-Wave and hit you.
Yeah. Anyways, I think we've said our piece on Blissey and the rest of his team. Overall, though, I definitely think it's definitely one of the better teams that we've shown so far. The Mega Grand has proven itself very, very lethal so far. So interested to see how this team continues to play throughout the season. And yeah, we'll go ahead and move on to 11. We have Wally with the Daybreak Novas. This was an interesting one for me to rank because I feel like the structure of the team is quite unorthodox, if you sort of catch my drift. I mean, I do sort of wish that the removal was a little bit better than Defog Kartana and Rapid Spin Bramblegast for our Mega Delphox. I think that that's a pretty unfortunate point for this team, but like the Mon quality is there. I mean, you have great Pokemon all around. Mega Delphox, Kartana, Celesteela is amazing, Tinglu is amazing. I think that Pawmot as well is a very underrated breaker, and as a Terra captain, I think it's one of the better options on the board. I've started to come around a little bit on Pheasantipity. Slowbro's fine. I mean, it looks really difficult, especially to break through like Slowbro, Celesteela, Tinglu. God damn, right? But at the same time, like the structure of the team itself doesn't really warrant itself to seeing success, if you catch my drift. Like there's very little like good momentum into the Delphox and very little removal. That's definitely going to hurt the core of this team. Celesteela does not obviously resist those stealth rocks, so it taking that much chip every time it tries to come in and absorb a hit could certainly be quite bad for it. Whole team sort of loses to like those Hurricane, Heat Wave type Pokemon. Unless Heat Wave is blocked by Bramblegast with Wind Rider, I honestly can't remember if that's the case. But even still, like I'm sure that whoever's piloting the other team can find a sequence where they don't lose to Bramblegast of all things. But yeah, overall the structure is a little bit questionable. I find the breaking power a little bit questionable. Kartana Pawmot's like okay. And then the only real special breaker is that Mega Delphox, which, as we said, has had like really limited amount of switch-ins because of its weakness to rocks and the bad hazard deterrence on this team. So, yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. The first thing I wrote down while I was taking notes for this team was the hazard removal. I like the idea that you have. I think the pieces of having Tinglu and Slowbro next to Delphox means you can pretty easily pivot out and not feel too threatened. All three weak to U-turn, which is not ideal. But you have a Steela. Like overall, like your defensive pieces to support the Delphox. Actually, Delphox is not weak to U-turn. The defensive pieces you have to support the Delphox are there, and I do believe Delphox has enough gravity to just break through most teams. But I do find the idea of having a spinner being your Bramblegast and Defog and Kartana when you have the Rocks Weak Megamon is not the best, right? I do personally like the Kartana Pawmot to help break through the bulky waters. I see the idea you're going with, It just feels a little bit linear to me. I personally had this team a little bit higher, but such is life. I think it's a fine team. I think this is about where the teams for me started kind of blending together, feeling all like,
Yeah.
yeah, they're fine, they're good.
Yeah,
Not
I
too bad.
get you. There was like a group of teams that were, I think, like kind of all like clumped together in the middle, that were honestly all quite close and very difficult to rank above one another. So I totally get you mean there, like by them all like blending together. And this one for me was sort of in the same vein. But yeah, I think we've said pretty much everything we need. The Delphox is like fine. It just has very limited switch-ins. I mean, the way to play maybe with the Delphox would be to use it like aggressively early, like maybe like get a plot or a sub off or something like that, and try and just trade like 2 or 3 for 1.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna be able to win with it late game. You just don't have switch-ins. And you don't have like other ways to revenge fast Pokemon aside from switching in that Delphox. So if they have rocks up and then they get a kill with like, you know, what's a fast Pokemon that's weak to fire? I don't know, bro.
He has the Kartana. Fuck.
Yeah,
I got
but
this,
like
I got
you get
this.
the
Treads.
idea though. Yeah, I mean, sure. If Treads gets a kill, I mean Kartana can probably come in and do it, and Palma
Yeah.
probably can as well. But like the super duper fast, like 110 plus type Pokemon, like if there's a Moth, for example, and you need a Psychic move to kill this Iron Moth, you are not going to be able to switch into your Delphox without taking rocks if they're up. And that will sort of add up over the game. And so maybe using the Delphox early as a sort of breaking power could be good. And then that way you also save HP on, for example, your Ting Lu or your Slowbro, which can then switch in on that Moth late game and secure you the win that way. So anyways, yeah, that's kind of the idea I had with this team. Move on to number 10. We have Kanoka, the Arena Trap House. Insane logo, by the way.
Yep.
Probably one of the more creative ones of this season in Marine Div. I quite like the logo. The team, on the other hand, is a little bit slow, but I do still quite like it. I think that the breaking core is absolutely amazing. I mean, you have Thundurus and Chi-Yu and Melmetal Slowking with the Trick Room combo, and all of this is going to enable Mega Gallade to have a really, really, really good time cleaning up games. And so, I mean, despite the obvious, which is the lack of speed,
Yep.
I think that this team handles it a lot better than some of the others because of the fact that you're going to be bringing like Trick Room Melmetal for a lot of games, because of the fact that you're going to have like a good Scarfer in Chi-Yu or Thundurus Therian, and you have like decent enough pivots and stuff to where you won't need to go into that Scarfer and take a million rocks every single time. And I mean, even if you do, that's not your win con necessarily. On the last couple of teams, we've had some like win cons that are weak to rocks, but in this case, you can afford to lose a Thundurus or a Chi-Yu if that means that you've gotten the chip necessary for your Mega Gallade to win, right? That being said, I don't really love how the 2 Rocks Week special breakers are not supported by great removal. I mean, if you run Defog Thundurus, I'm gonna uninstall everything on my computer. And Hitmontop is a rapid spinner.
Yep.
That's all I'll say about Hitmontop. Yeah, for what it's worth, I do think that the breaking core is good and you have good rockers to support it. I think Yuxi's an underrated Terracap. Bisharp's like fine as well. You get some priority with that guy to sort of offset the slower team. And yeah, that's kind of the notes that I had on this.
Yeah. I had the pleasure of facing this team last week, and I think everything you've said is everything I also noticed. Being the number one thing that docks this team points, or 2 things, is removal and speed, right? The fact that there was no speed on this team meant I was prepping knowing that Chi-Yu or Thundurus had to be Scarf. Like one of the 2 almost guaranteed is coming with a Scarf. Which isn't bad because those are probably 2 of the favorite items of those 2, but it does make it feel a little bit more linear. I'm sure you can find weeks where you don't have to run Scarf like that, but again, with your fastest mon being 110, and then the other two being 101, 100. You are very slow. Other than that, I'd love Terra Yuxi. I think Terra Yuxi is one of the best Terra captains on the board. Amazing defensive pivot, amazing utility, can be surprisingly offensive as well. But yeah, the
Mhm.
removal and the speed just knock it down a bit, and I can't get over that.
Yeah, for sure. Also, pointing this out now, no ground type.
Yeah, see, the Thunderous is Bolt Absorb, and that's
Not going to hold the line.
it's a choice. It's a choice.
It's a choice, yeah. So the team with the Doug Trio in the logo does not have a ground type, and that's a little bit unfortunate when like Slowking is one of your better defensive switch-ins, and people are definitely going to be targeting it with strong Thunderbolts and stuff like that, and you won't really have great switch-ins. God forbid they have rocks up and your Thunderouses and boots, then you're going to be taking 25 anyways. So even if you get the predict right, like you'll heal a little bit, but God, it's really not worth it. And if you get it wrong, Thunderous is not at all bulky, so you're just gonna explode. But yeah, that's why we had this over here. Again, I think the Mega Gallade is really, really supported. If the Chi-Yu, the Thunderous, the Melmetal, and all those guys can get the damage down that Mega Gallade needs in order to win, I can definitely see this team picking up some dubs, but for the time being, there's still some improvements that could be made. All right, we will move on to number 9. We have Gray with the Lilies of the Valley. I was pretty high on this team initially, and then I noticed that Mega Drill is not as impressive as I thought it was, and so unfortunately I had to bump it down a few spaces just because of Mega Drill. Mega Drill is defensively trying to hold the team together as well. Like, there's no flying resist without it. There's a few other things that certainly wouldn't be the same without the Mega Drill defensively. Like, I don't know. It's just not meant to do that. Obviously, it wants to be the button clicker of the team. And it's got a little bit too much on its plate, I think. I also really don't rate these Terra Caps. I think Yanmega is overrated. I think Azelf is kind of mid for what it's worth. Like, I'd rather have a Mesprit or a Yuxi than an Azelf. That's maybe just me, but yeah, so those are the main gripes I have with this team. But there's also a lot of boons with this team that I think are quite nice. Breaking wise, I can definitely see this team breaking through things pretty nicely between Roaring Moon and Drill just pressing buttons. Especially, it's a little bit harder, of course. You have to be like basically offensive Prim or special Talon Flame, which isn't really a breaker either way. So you're going to be relying a lot on this Azelf to do the special breaking. And honestly, I just don't trust the Azelf. But yeah, I mean, if you can manage with Drill and with Moon, those guys don't have a lot of weeks where they're not going to like put in some amount of work. So that's definitely a good thing. And you have a really nice defensive core, I think. Especially on the physical side with a Flame Body guy, and then you also have Petch and Ferrothorn. Like, come on, it sounds like hell to breakthrough, you know? So that's what we had about this team. Speed tiers are also really, really, really nice. And yeah, throw it over to you.
Yeah, as all great teams feel like, it feels like sometimes he rolls a dice and he's like, fuck it, this number means this to me, I'm drafting this mon. I actually disagree with your opinion on the Terramons. For me, this is where I found the Terramons most funny. Gray has shown me some calcs with Terra Yanmega, and this one with Tinted Lens is kind of fucking disgusting. We'll see how often that comes out. Overall, most of the things you've said I agree with. The defensive core is nasty. It'll be very hard to break, and you have the pieces to slowly break through things. I believe Gray's already shown that you don't always even need to click Terra. You can just click regular EQ with Mold Breaker to help yourself out sometimes with Levitate Mons, and then eventually Terra. It has a lot of utility, a million rock options. And yeah, overall, I think the defensively it's there. Offensively, I think the Terra Captains carry, and it's a pretty cohesive team. One of the better Gray teams in a while.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong about this Yanmega guy. In my experience, it has not been difficult to prep for, but who knows if Gray will have the same experience using it as I did prepping against it. Perhaps it will just insta-kill everything with those Tinted Lens moves, but I don't know. Maybe people like lean too much into the speed boost side of things, and then all that happens is you live one hit and then you die, or rather you get a kill back on the Yon Mega. So that's my thoughts on it. I could be proven wrong. I'm happy to be proven wrong again, like I've said. So we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, really difficult to break through this team, and some very nice offensive pieces. Like the Roaring Moon, that drill. If you count the Yon Mega, great. If you don't, whatever. Also that Azelf and potentially offensive Primarinas, I think will definitely be good on this. And even Mousehold. I mean, that guy goes crazy in some matchups. So we'll see what Grade can do with this. Definitely a very nice team here. We will move on to number 8, which is Monkey, me, and UFG. I get the reference. This team to me felt very like one-dimensional, which is funny because it's also like a hybrid of a terrain team and also a sand team. So in theory, it shouldn't be one-dimensional for what it's worth, but at the same time, you look at this and you know exactly what's gonna happen every time you load up into it, right? You're gonna fight Sand Drill and you're gonna fight Terrain Abuser, Leaves, and Sneasler, and you just know that. I don't think the Aloe is really that great here. There's not like too many mons that benefit off of the pivot. I think the main one is the drill, because sometimes it's very difficult to go from T-Tar setting the sand to getting your drill in safely. And Aloe can definitely help with that, so that's a good thing. But I don't really understand it, especially when you also have a Latias that you can already use for Healing Wish if you want and stuff like that. Like, I think just having one of those two would probably be better. Speed tiers look amazing though. Removal is not amazing, but it's okay. And you have some reliable rockers, which is good because you're gonna need chip on things in order for things like Sneasler and for Iron Leaves to pick up a win, Excadrill even. So yeah, definitely not a bad team by any stretch of the imagination, just kind of linear in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Well, the first thing I wrote was like interesting. And the more I looked into it, it's just it's a well constructed HO team. Like you have a lot of different angles of attack. It's kind of gonna be a prep nightmare trying to figure out how to defend against this team. But I do agree with the idea that I don't know how well Aloe fits here. I feel like mons like Mischievous, Aloe, Dunsparce, Chargebugs, again, could have been condensed into something a little nicer. Add a piece on the team that could help out a bit more. But yeah, this team is just go. Like you're not playing any defense really. You're going in, you're hitting as many things as you can on the physical side. You have Sneasler, Iron Leaves, and Excadrill trying to break through their physical walls. And then if that doesn't work, you have Coco to try to clean. You have Latias maybe setting up stuff, maybe supporting, and whatnot. So you're kind of just going go. I personally had this team a little bit lower. I think you also have a massive fairy hole. You have Excadrill as your only resistance, so if they have a fast fairy mon, they're just gonna be spamming that on you. But at the same time, I can't imagine a fairy type getting more than maybe 1 or 2 hits off, and then Sneasler coming in revenge.
Yeah.
So you have everything you want to fight, and hopefully they can't fight back by the time you're finished fighting.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's definitely the game plan I'm expecting out of this team. And I guess maybe to the Aloe's credit, like if there's gonna be something on this team to take a neutral fairy hit well, it'll probably be the Aloe. So maybe that is a good thing that it is on this team after all. But I get what you mean as well by fairy weak. Drill's obviously not built to take hits. I just saw the Sneasler there revenging everything, and then obviously you can SD on the switch out or something like that. Like, I don't know. It just felt more, I guess, understandable that there would be that weakness there to me, but totally understand it from your point of view as well. And I also thought that the Dunsparce was a little bit weird, but then I noticed that without it, you just get shafted by ghost types as soon as like T-Tar dies, and T-Tar is probably gonna die. I mean, look at the structure of this team. It's meant to die. So yeah, with all that being said though, we will move on to number 7. We have Mr. Mag. Honestly, the highest I've ever seen, bro, in the PRs. So good shit, Mr. Mag. I quite like this team. I think that the speed tiers are quite nice. It's a little bit slow because there's a lot of like new megas and stuff that reach really high speeds and stuff like that. So you may still find yourself like needing to bring Scarf Jirachi or Scarf Cyclizar even to start doing things, or like Scarf Glamora to revenge things. There's amazing hazard setters. I mean, you have a Gliscor, you have a Glamora. What more can you really ask for? Rachi can set rocks if Gliscor doesn't want to. You also have some really, really good removal. I think Cyclizar is one of the better removal options, or rather one of the better spinners, I should say, in the entire decks. I just believe that because it has Regenerator, and that's a broken ass ability. I do also really, really like the Iron Hands on this. I think that gives the team some much needed like bulk in terms of like bulk that can also output damage, bulky offense. Like between Frostlass and Ogerpon Wellspring, those guys are not usually built to last, and especially with Frostlass being weak to rocks, even though you have that good removal, it's probably not going to want to switch in all the time. So having hands to sort of get some damage down and maybe trade 1-for-1 or something like that, so that your other options don't have to come in quite as much, is certainly quite nice. I also thought that the snow mode, the mini snow mode, was quite cute. I believe that it should have won your week 1 game, but unfortunately you got unlucky. I think you missed the triple axle or something like that, if I remember. So the snow mode's kind of cute. Good speed tiers, I've already said. Yeah, I think I've touched on everything I needed to.
Yeah, for the most part, I agree with everything you said. I just think on the special side, you're a little weak on, like, not on breaking power, but for setup. I don't think Mega Frostlass can afford to set up most weeks. But overall, like, yeah, it's a very well-crafted team. I think defensively, I don't like the depending on Ogerpon Wellspring as your water switch in. I think there's a lot of things that can go wrong with that, and a lot of your mons don't really want to come in if there's an offensive water out there. Not that there's too many of them. Iron Hands, I think, is a great piece to pull your team together as well. Asks a little breaker and sets everything up. But yeah, overall, I think you have a lot of good pieces. Week 1 was unfortunate, but hopefully you can show us that slam slash one more time throughout the season.
Yeah, hope so. Yeah, good point as well with the water. I do notice that as well. I thought that maybe the Grample or something like that would be brought to like be Terra Water and stuff in a lot of matchups where it could be difficult, but I don't know. It's a little hard to justify bringing Grample a lot of weeks, especially when you have just better Pokemon on this team that you'd prefer to bring. So I get you there. I also noticed that this team has a lot of really good knockoff users. I think Ogerpon's a great knocker, Gliscor's a great knocker, Psyche's a great knocker. So you can really get rid of posing heavy-duty boots and lean into this hazard stack sort of play if you want to. I don't think that it's great because you don't have amazing blockers. Like Frostlass trying to spin block just sounds like a disaster. So for what it's worth, you don't have to do that, but you could. And yeah, we'll go ahead and move on to number 6, where we have the other Mr. of this div. We have Mr. Mega with the subpar Spheals. Honestly, looking at all of these Pokemon, you can tell that the quality is just there, right? There's no like this is a very like this is the kind of efficiency I think EXO you've been mentioning, where all of the picks just look like they can come at any moment. So
I think I don't know how you managed to do it. Bronzong actually fits onto this team. It doesn't feel like it was tagged on. It's almost like you put Bronzong first in your builder and you built around it. It's wild, you know? No, I think this team is great. I think you're leaning a lot more on the special side. Grande, Mega Glamora, Comfey. Is Comfey Terra? I believe it's Terra, correct?
it is, yeah. And there's the
Terra,
Blood Moon too.
Yeah, Terra, Comfey, Blood Moon. So you're quite specially heavy. Even Infernape can be mixed. Blastoise can be mixed with once a lean special. You have Rillaboom as your physical breaker, and with Infernape and with the Sandalmans. So I think it's fine. I think every mon here is a threat. I looked at this team and I thought to myself, how did he have the budget for this, right? And the answer is because we put Blood Moon down to like 13 or something, which was bullshit. But overall, I think all your mons have like great potential. I think overall, your speed tiers are fine. A little bit clumpy around the hundreds. but that's nothing crazy. Confei doesn't actually run speed. Mega Glamora, Salamence. Salamence doesn't have to run speed. It can be bulky or DD. So overall, I think it makes sense. Nothing to really say. Everything is just like solid. You have the removal. You have your hazards. You have your defensive pivots. Yeah, you have your utility, everything.
Yeah, I think the only thing I really noted on this team that I thought was a little bit unfortunate was, I mean, despite the screen saying you have 3 rockers and 2 spikers, I think in reality you only have 1 rocker and that's it.
Yeah, but Run Zone's coming every
None
week.
of the other ones. It's not going to come every week. Let's be so real.
Really?
I mean, what else are you benching here?
Well,
It's a
I
little
mean,
sad to bench like. I did write in my notes here that I think that Ursaluna Blood Moon is going to be a little bit difficult to bring in some weeks just because I don't think it appreciates this structure. But it is a little bit nice to have that guy as like an immediate like, hey, I know you're bringing an AV guy for my Glamora and for my other special threats. Fuck you, you're gonna use it now. So that's nice that you can at least like pressure the Spadef guys on the other team, but it just really doesn't fill roles. And there's a few other Pokemon here that don't particularly fill roles amazingly. Like I don't think that Salamence really fills any roles really other than being like a scary setup guy or whatever. Like there's the defensive intimidate roost type sets, but generally speaking, I mean every fighting type gets Ice Punch now. It's like not even that good. That was, I think, what knocked it down from like being, say, like top 3 or something like that in my eyes. But yeah, overall, really, really, really good Mon quality. I'm super excited to see this team in action because there's just nothing but hitters on this team. And it's incredibly efficient, as Exo said, with the point usage and everything like that. And I think the Terra Caps are also quite nice. So yeah, go ahead and move on to our top 5. We have the Dottler Diddlers. Yay! With Rhino Shark. I don't know how you feel about Mega... What's it called? Mega Floette Eternal. Yeah. Personally, I'm not a huge fan. Maybe you can start this one.
Yeah, sure. I have regular Floette, and I think regular Floette is better than Mega Floette. That is not completely true. I think Mega Floette's a very expensive Mon, and it is good. Like, it's inarguably good. It's inarguably the most like prep intensive thing on your team. Like every single week, the first thing they're gonna think about is how in the fuck am I gonna survive a Light of Ruin? And the answer is they don't, unless they bring max AV. And then from there, you have a lot of flexibility to play with. I like the rest of your team. I love a lot of the mons you have. I like Cinderace, Quack. Those 2 mons are incredibly good. You have your hazards. You've shown what your Clodsire can do. Which was interesting. Yeah, your removal is good. You have many different options. In terms of pivoting, you're fine too. Defensively, Skarm, Claude is a fine little pair. Maybe a little bit to desired on the momentum aspect, but it's fine there. And yeah, I think overall it's just a good team. Like you have a straightforward plan of breaking big things with your Mega Floette, but overall, like I think the rest of it can support you well enough.
Yeah, I think I agree. I really like this top 3, like you mentioned. The Cinderace and the Quaquaval being here to provide a lot of physical demand as well for the opponent in prep is just really good, and it's going to assist the Mega Floette being able to break through like its 1 or 2 checks that are brought every game. I also really like the Clodsire as a Terra Captain. I mean, you saw what happened week 1. I've been saying since last season when I did PRs as well. I really think that like the bulky setup type Terra Captains are really underrated and undervalued on the AFG board. Like I think I said this about like a Hippowdon or something like that, where it just gotta run Curse and EQ and Stone Edge and slack off and win a bunch of games. And it did exactly that throughout the season. And so far your Clodsire is doing the exact same thing. So I mean, if they don't have like an Encore guy or something like that, I mean, that set's just gonna run wild. We've said our praises about Clodsire many a time. I also really like the amount of hazards that you have, but unfortunately there's not really a great way to keep them up. I wish that there was a better way for you to do that. I mean, Hoopa's not great at spin blocking. That guy's gonna explode to any physical hit. And also you might just tear it into non-ghost anyway. So yeah, I don't think there's a great way to keep your hazards up, which is a bit of a shame when you draft Skarmory and Clodsire. But yeah, really good team. As you've said, EXO, like the top 3 plus the 2 physical breakers there, the Cinderace and the Quack, are just amazing. Also shout out Ogerpon Cornerstone, also another strong physical breaker.
Yep.
And yeah, we'll go ahead and move on to number 4. We have Meta of the Maryland Misfits. Insane top 2. Rai, Iron Valiant. Obviously Zapdos as well. I mean, I'll just say insane top 3. Zapdos is very good, always in any team. I do think that the speed of the team is a little bit reliant on Darkrai. I think you're gonna see a lot of like Scarfry probably in your builder this season, just because 125 is no longer like the fastest thing ever, because there's so many like new megas and stuff that we're gonna outspeed it. So that could be seen as a downside, but I don't know. I mean, Scarf is like one of Darkrai's better items anyway. In terms of the Terra captains, there's an Arcanine and there's a Delmise. I believe we've seen someone use Terra Arcanine before in the past, and to some success. I can't remember where that was, but that did happen, I'm pretty sure. I just think that the Mon quality kind of dips as soon as the Mega Aggron is drafted. I believe it was like round 4, which is a little bit unfortunate. I feel like that's a little bit early for that guy. But overall, I mean, it's a scary team. It's Darkrai, Iron Valiant, plus good hazard setters and it says there's no spikes, but there's a Samurott Hisui. Removal-wise, not huge on Delmise, and anytime anyone runs Defog Zapdos, it makes me really sad and upset. So... Sorry, that's a weird segue.
I felt pretty similarly. One of the things I noted was that there wasn't the best hazard removal. Zapdos is probably going to be running Defog most weeks, unless you feel like it's a Delmise week. But I feel Arcanine is just so good. I love Arcanine as a Terramon. I felt your team was a little slow, as Central said. Like 125 isn't what it used to be. Zapdos doesn't want to be running max speed. You have the bulk to make it more offensive if you'd like, but overall it doesn't run max speed most weeks. Samura and Arcanine are decent Scarf check points, but yeah. Overall, I think the team is also very Edgequake weak. Most teams are, but Zapdos is going to be the bane of his existence, right? EQ, Stone Edge. Every single week you're going to fight it. Every week you're going to have to predict if it's going to come out on the switch-in or if you have time to go to Aggron. This is a lot of things you got to think about. But I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, you have a Valiant, Rai, Zapdos, and what do you call it, Samurai Hisui. Your team's fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with the Edgequake stuff. I mean, I think that the Delmise is going to feel forced just because either there's going to be like a scary EQ guy, and I mean, Arcanine has had success with like Terra Bug and whatever, or like Terra Grass or whatever, to not be weak to Earthquake so much, but Delmise I think is going to be forced to come if there's a scary like EQ guy or two, as well as if you don't want to run Defog Zapdos but you want removal, you're probably going to have to force that Delmise on the paste, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I mean, hey, you have like the agency to bench things here. Like you only have 9 Mons, and I think it's going to be like semi-reasonable to pick 6 out of your 8 top Mons every week and go from there, especially knowing that really you just need to get things in Iron Valiant or Darkrai range. Yeah, I think that's kind of it, to be honest. Pivot wise, it's kind of just Zapdos, which is a little bit unfortunate, but so long as you get the chip you need, you can just sack and then get an Iron Valiant entry point and win the game. So I'm not too worried about it.
Did Mega Aggron get buffed?
Did Mega Aggron get buffed? Did it? I don't think so.
No, it didn't. No, we're chilling.
Okay. If it did, then maybe that round 4 would be justified, but I do still feel like it's a little early. But in any case, very scary team, insane top 3. We'll move on to our top 3 of our list as well, beginning with you, Exilus, coach of Penis Monkey. Yay, Penis Monkey.
Penis Monkey.
I'll let you talk about your team first. Yeah, go ahead.
I think I thought my draft was really good while I was drafting it. I still think it's an insane team. But I also agree with the third place placement. I actually had Meta above me, and I had number one. I think we had a unanimous number one. I had Meta above me, and I had myself at number 3. I think my team has a lot of high quality, as I've been harping about. I am a believer of an 8-mon team. I always, the moment I get into the builder, I put a 1-point shitter at the very bottom. I think my team is cohesive enough. Mega Lopunny likes to have a bunch of knockers. Torn, Wochian, and Pex, some premier knockers. I have some breaking on the special side with Floet Eternal. Torn and Toxapex have a little regen core as well. If I need it, I have Tank Chomp or Offensive Chomp. And my, what's it called? Removal is fine. My removal has a little bit more to be desired. Rotom's job is kind of to defog almost every single week, which is not, the best thing, but it's fine. And I would say Garchomp being the only hazards isn't the greatest, but I don't really play with hazards very much, so it's fine. It's fine. Maybe a little biased, but I think overall the quality of Mons makes up for a lot of its weaknesses, because a lot of my Mons can do multiple things, and it is just threatening in that way.
Yeah, I mean, if you just look at the top 3 guys, you have Torn, you have Garchomp, and you have Mega Lopunny now with SD and Vacuum Wave, or not Vacuum Wave, Mach Punch. There's just so much little that can be desired after that, and you round it out with Aegislash, I think was your next pick. Really, really good pickup in that position as well. I will say I disagree, I think, with the premier knockers. I think you have one good knocker, and I think it's Tornadus. I don't really rate Wochian at all. It's fine for what it is. I think, honestly, it might be a better cap than Floet Eternal.
Really? Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, no, we've had this talk before. I do not like that guy. But,
I love Terra Floet Eternal. Some of the calcs have been stupid.
Yeah, I've seen the calcs and they are pretty stupid. So if you're gonna prove me wrong, go right ahead. I've said this with somebody, or I've said this to some of the other teams as well. If you go ahead and prove me wrong about Floet Eternal 2, I'd be more than happy to see it do well. But so far, I've seen it lose 2 games and win 0. Maybe you won your week 1, right? Did you use it? Hello? Home?
Sorry, I just got back. What's up?
Oh, okay. I asked if you used their Floet in your week 1 win.
I did use Floet in my week 1 win. I did some bullshit. I stayed in on a Melmetal turn 1 and I tricked the Flame Orb.
Oh my god, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's crazy. Bang. Well, that I guess then I've seen it win 1 game and lose 2 games, which is better than 0-2. So there you go. You're on the right track for impressing me with that Pokemon. And then, yeah, I think Rotom Heat is very defensively pressured, as you mentioned. And I will say I've also fallen into the trap of drafting Garchomp round 2 or something like that, and then being I'm set on hazards for the rest of the draft, and then you get pigeonholed into Tank Chomp literally every single week because you want a rocker and you want spikes or whatever so that your Mega Lopunny has shit getting chipped into range. It really doesn't feel nice, and so I'd suggest maybe for you to get another rocker or spiker or something like that. But I mean, you don't have to. This team is gonna suffice for what it's worth as well. So, yeah, really good pivot core. Again, sorry, I'm rambling between the Torn and the Toxapex, but yeah, there's a few things definitely that maybe could be improved. But go ahead.
No, I definitely think if there's anything to change on the team, it is unfortunately the Floet. I think Floet could be probably a better utility piece, help with the rocks, but it's fine.
I mean, sometimes you just get the itch to use a new Pokemon or to use a Terra Captain you haven't used before, and I mean that's okay. But for the purposes of the PRs and stuff like that, sure, we are gonna, I guess, point it out. But yeah, that's why these PRs are done for fun. Everyone has their own motivations to draft whatever they want and stuff like that. So, and I mean, hey, this team is still really killer, regardless of the shortcomings that we brought up. So I expect that you're going to be cooking with it over the season. And I think the new Mega Lopunny is absolutely broken. So
broken.
I'm interested to see you. Yeah, I can't wait for the Helmetmon to switch in, but you SD as it switches in, and then it only gets 1 helmet off because it dies.
Exactly.
Any case, now on to our second place spot. We have Team LinkedIn with Pickley. I thought this team was pretty good despite having a few obvious shortcomings as well, like no fairy type and things like that. I think the Drapion is also kind of just sitting here, like it doesn't really do anything in particular. But just look at that top six, man. That top six is absolutely crazy. Looks like, I don't know, like some, I don't want to say OU team because it's a Mega Zam, and you know that guy's never an OU or anything like that. So it just looks like something that you could see on a ladder of some sorts. Like I could load up, and if I see those 6 Pokemon, I'll be like, yeah, this is the ladder. And honestly, I think that's a good thing. You have really good support for your Alakazam, I think. You have plenty of momentum to get it in. You have plenty of momentum to get the Urshifu in. You have good hazard setters. You have fine enough removal for the purposes of this team. I mean, it's 3 defoggers, but they're all really good defoggers, except for Landorus. It probably doesn't want to run that. But you have such reliable rockers that you can probably defog and then find an opening, really, to get rocks up again between Landorus and Heatran. Celebi I don't rate quite as highly as some other people, but I totally understand why it's here. It's a great cleric. It also has natural cure, and I mean, it's going to force a lot of prep with defensive Terra plus Calm Mind type sets. It can also be a pivot. It gets U-turn, I believe, and probably Baton Pass. I don't really know why you wouldn't run U-turn. Don't know why I said that, lol. But yeah, I really rate this team, despite, you know, Frostlass being a guy, Drapion being a guy, and there not being like a natural fairy. I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are, Exo.
No, he does have a fairy. It's Celebi. I think.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So I do like Terra Celebi. I think it can be more than just a pivot and the cleric, right? It gets Sword Stance, Calm Mind, Nasty Plot. Like it's like everything you really.
Sword Stance? What the hell?
Oh yeah, it gets Sword Stance.
I know that.
Sword Stance, Nasty Plot. Its coverage is fine, but you have Terra Blast. Wait, do you have Terra Blast? You don't have Terra Blast. That's the main thing. That's the difference of him and Shaman is you don't have the Terra Blast to be covering things with. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think you have 2 of the most the best breakers on either side, Megazam and Urshifu. You have a very solid defensive core with Wash, Selly, Lando. And yeah, let's just, what do you call it? Hazard removal's fine. I would say the only thing that this is me, I think the speed tiers are fake. Crobat and Frostlass, you only speed things if you respect them. And I don't respect those mons.
You don't respect
to me,
Crobats?
I don't respect a Crobat. I don't believe in it. What's it gonna do to me? Hyperfang? Yeah, but I don't.
Crobat's got some sauce, but
It's got some sauce. Frostlass less so. I believe that mon.
Yeah.
You get your hazards off, and then you roll over and die. But yeah, overall, this team's incredibly hard to defend against, right? You have Megazam, Urshifu, as we've said. You have your pivots. You can enable them. Heatran's always a little scary option. Little Scarf Eruption in the back. So this team has a lot of options. You don't have much priority. The only priority you have is Sucker Punch, I believe, if I'm not missing anything. Maybe a Quick Attack or 2, but those are fake. Yeah.
Bro, maybe Frostlass gets Ice Shard.
Yeah,
That's
wow.
why you got
Yeah.
it. Whoa.
Whoa,
I know.
whoa.
I mean, you also just have a Mega Zam, so I don't think like revenging things is gonna be too terribly difficult for this. But yeah, the Frostlass and the Drapion are definitely like the main weak points of this. Plus, not having, I guess, like a natural fairy is maybe gonna be unfortunate when that Celebi like is forced to Terra Fairy, but it doesn't even get like Terra Fairy, Terra Blast. I don't even know if it gets like fairy moves. It might. I have no idea. But in any case, we thought this team was really good. The top 6 is just, without question, some of the strongest Pokemon that have been picked up together, I think. And it's only bested by one team, and that number 1 team, if you haven't figured it out, is the Dayton Dupiters by Ryan Herman. I think this team's broken.
So fucking stupid.
Yeah. Really, really outstanding team. Terra Rhyperior to wrap it all up as well. Really, really nice. I think that there's some very like nice mix of like physical and special pressure. Like you have Weavile as well as bulky ass Rhyperior on the physical side, and you have plenty of special breakers too. You got Lele, you got Moth. Pult can go either way. It can also go supportive and help get those guys in using U-turn and stuff like that. I mean, all of the defensive guys, really, except for like Rhyperior and Quagsire, if you count them, are going to be like good momentum pieces. Like Corviknight's the main one. Like that guy's just gonna U-turn and get a safe switch in for Moth, or a safe switch in for Weavile, or safe switch in for Lele. Like you're gonna get so many exchanges where you end up in the favorable position. I think that you're just gonna win a ton of games off of that. I think that the quality of the speed tiers is also super duper nice. Like these are, if you thought that the last ones were fake EXO, these are like the most real speed tiers that you can get. Perhaps maybe you would want another thing above 100, but I mean, we can't get that picky about it. And there's some great scarfers here. Lele's a great scarfer. Rotomo's a fine scarfer. And I mean, with Rhyperior as well, it's going to break things down rather quickly anyways. I did notice that there was potential for like knockoff to be spammed into this team. Like there's not a lot of Pokemon here that really want to lose their items or anything like that, and so you could lose to like knockoff plus hazard stack, something like that maybe, and then your opponent finds a well-timed like opportunity to set up, and then you just lose. And there's also a little bit of an interesting interaction where your Lele is going to prevent your Weavile from using Ice Shard, but that's like so niche that would probably come up like once in a season, if that. So really, we're just grasping at straws here. This team is very, very nice. Anything you want to add, EXO? Sorry, I've been talking for so long.
No, same. I'm glad because you cover most of the things I want to say. Defensively, I would say both your defensive pivots of Rotom and Corv are weak to fire, and you don't have a traditional bulky water. Clodsire is there, but given your top 7 quality, I don't really know how often Clodsire is going to be coming. Yeah, it's just this team is good. Like, you have the speed, you have solid speed tiers, you have good scarfers, Lele, Rotom, Rhyperior. Like you got a defensive. We probably got to do a defensive terror every week, but that's a Rhyperior's job. You know, what else you want? This mon's gonna be disgusting. Wherever you're faulting that week defensively, you terror this mon and you just hit people with it. It's gonna be disgusting.
Yep, type shit. Yeah, that pretty much sums everything up with this team. A very, very nice defensive pivots to get in all of your 8 million breakers. Nice hazards. Obviously, some premier removal. I think Corviknight's probably the best defogger released, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong for that. I used to really not rate it, so maybe I'm glazing it too much now. I don't really like Kamala, but he's kind of a staple in AFG at this point. I kind of have to, bite my tongue a little bit and give Kamala its flowers, although I really don't think it deserves any. But yeah, incredibly potent offensive threats. Your opponents are not going to be able to prep for everything, and God forbid they just like let Dragapult DD once or something like that, and there's going to be so many teams that just fold as soon as you get some chip down to like Dart's Outrage, stuff like that. Yeah. That does it for our power rankings. Do I even have another slide after this? I don't. So we're just going to look at this team in all of its marvel as we do our outro here. But yeah, that does it. Anything you want to say before?
I think there's one more slide. One sec.
Is there? Bro, I just pressed the next button. There's not.
No, wait.
Oh, okay, I'm waiting. I understand. Yeah, I'm waiting.
It's there.
Let me know. It's there?
Yep.
Oh, it didn't update for me.
Never mind, doesn't work. Whatever, it's fine. Okay.
Oh god, we procrastinated this too bad.
Yeah, all good. Well, thank you guys for watching. I think Neji is not currently here right now. Oh, he is here.
Oh.
I'll just say please spam pregos in chat.
Wait a
Thank you,
second.
Neji, for hosting again. You're the
Right
best.
shit.
Yeah, I did so much. Woo. Good job, guys.
Okay.
All right.
Yippee,
Nice.
we threw it all together in one day.
Clock tower? Clock tower?
Clock tower? No.
All right.
No.
Good night, stream.